Rise and grind. How do I stay in shape smoking cigars and drinking whiskey? Let's have this conversation. And so on tonight, I'm going to be enjoying me one of my favorite cigars. This is the Ramon Alones by AJ Fernandez. And so this cigar, I've said several times, so many times, that it tastes like raisins. And because it tastes so much like raisins, I'm going to be pairing this with some Hennessy XO, which is raisins in a glass. And so I'm going to be having a good time tonight. And why the special occasion? Why am I going to be drinking my Hennessy XO? Well, I want to talk about health, along with cigars and whiskey and everything. And I'll cut to the chase as I get my cigar ready. In the past 6 months, I've lost about 30 pounds. And so I went from weighing about 215, and now I'm back down to about 185. So I want to talk about my journey. How was that accomplished? What did I do? Did I go on some special diet? Did I get one of those injections or shots? I did nothing out of the ordinary, nothing irregular. And so that's why I want to have this video, this conversation, because that's what we do here. We have these conversations where it's just me sharing with my friends, sharing my journey, sharing what I've learned along the way. And hopefully what I've learned can help you. And so how did I lose about 30 pounds? And so for most of my life, I've always been a bit of an athlete. Played basketball in high school. After high school, went into the Marine Corps, where I worked out a lot, ran a lot, and just lived as a Marine. So we would hang out, we would drink, but we would always be up at 6 in the morning to work out. That was the life of a Marine. Very busy, very active lifestyle. Fast forward now, I maintain that same busy lifestyle. And so I play golf, play basketball, I run, and so I try to work out through some kind of activity. So whether it's just playing golf, whether it's playing basketball, whether it's just going for a walk, every day I do something. And even when I'm at work, throughout the day, twice a day, that's my break. That's how I think. That's how I process. I just go for a walk around the block. And so I'm always moving. Now, the big key for the big weight loss was doing things in moderation. And so I think that's what we've got to learn. I think even the Bible talks about operating in moderation. And so you may be surprised that I don't drink every day, I don't smoke every day. And there's some people who wonder, how can you have a whiskey and cigar channel if you're not constantly drinking and smoking? Well, I don't need to smoke 3 cigars a day in order to know what cigars are good. And so I smoke maybe 3 cigars a week. And so that's the first thing I would recommend, just operating in moderation. And so I drink a glass or 2 once or twice a week. And so what you're gonna realize is that when you're drinking a lot, all the whiskey, all the cognac, it's not so much the drinking, but what's associated with the drinking. Because after you drink, Then you want to have a hamburger, have a pizza. You're eating late. And so just all the drinking, which just leads to a lifestyle. If you're drinking a lot, you're not going to want to wake up the next day and work out. And so drinking and drinking and drinking really packs on the weight. So before you know it, you got a dad bod, you're out of shape. And that's where I found myself. I'm 5'9" and I was weighing about 215, 220. And so I really had to dial it back. And so I greatly reduced my drinking, taking it down to once or twice a week. And what I realized is then I enjoyed it more. One of the things I realized was that I never drank too much. I would never overdrink, but it was a routine. And so I'd have a glass of wine with dinner, have a beer as I watch the game, have a drink as I have a cigar. And before you know it, you're drinking just about every day. And you may think, I'm not drinking too much, I'm not getting drunk, but you now have this routine. You've got these patterns. You're just drinking without even truly enjoying it. You're just drinking as a routine, drinking as a pattern. And once I realized that most days I was having a drink, and I'm not an alcoholic, I was never at that point, but I realized that I've got this pattern ingrained. Because I'm watching the game, I want to have a beer. Because I'm smoking a cigar, I want to have a drink. And I realized that no, I needed to break that habit, break that pattern. And I reserve my drinking. Friday night, I'll have a glass or two. Sunday night, I'll have a glass or two. And even if I'm smoking a cigar, sometimes I'll just not have something non-alcoholic. And so the key is moderation. And so even with cigars, now cigars isn't gonna help you to gain or lose weight, but it's all about that lifestyle. And so what I realized for me, having a cigar every day, that might lead to me not working out every day. And so I try to really make sure that when I have a cigar, it's in a moment that I'm gonna enjoy it. I wanna make sure that I'm not smoking every day, I'm not smoking several cigars a day. I want, when I smoke a cigar, that it's a great moment, that I can really enjoy it, that my palate is ready. And so that's what's helped me on my journey, just operating with moderation. Couple cigars a week, couple drinks a week. And when I do have them, now I can taste it. Now I can truly enjoy it. Now the experience is so much better. And so I live a healthy lifestyle, working out, getting activity in every day, a lot of walking, a lot of sports, just plain old working out, breaking a sweat every day. My schedule, rise and grind. And so I'm up at 5:30, and I actually begin every day drinking some water, stretching. And so I begin every day, focus on my health. And as I talk about health today and I talk about getting into shape, I want us to know that I'm also talking about mental health. And so your body, dropping some pounds, making sure your cholesterol is good, making sure your blood pressure is good, making sure your prostate and your colon is good, making sure that you are good. Because that's part of rising and grinding. And so your body and your mind. So the first thing I do every day, I wake up and I stretch and I just clear my mind. I just begin by meditating, just getting my mind ready for the day. Because I know I'm going to hit it real hard. I'm going to be rising, grinding, going hard. But I got to wake up and let my mind settle. And so for some people, maybe that means you're going to wake up and maybe have that morning cigar. Whatever you've got to do to get you started. And so it's not just about the physical. Yes, we're going to talk about activities and diet and all that stuff, but making sure your mind is ready. Just like a boxer. Watch Mike Tyson before a fight. He's relaxed, he's calm, he's meditating. And so you got to be that calm before the storm. You got to relax. And so that's how I start every day. Relaxed. And throughout the day, I'm breathing. That's why I go on these walks. And that's what cigars allow. It allows us those moments of rest of reflection, of relaxation. And so your mental health is also very important. One of the things I talk about a lot is over-consumerism. And so I've got a video out talking about why I stopped buying whiskey, because I realized the more you buy, the more you're gonna wanna drink. And so I realized I was just buying and buying. And before you know it, you're finding an excuse to keep drinking and drinking. And then the pounds start to come on and the lifestyle starts to set in. So instead of getting up at 5:30, maybe you hit the snooze alarm and you're getting up at 6:30. Maybe instead of working out, you just wanna chill. And so buying these products. And so that's why I always encourage and I always say, hey, don't watch my videos and then go out and try to buy everything I show you. Buy the good stuff, buy what you like, but you don't need to keep buying and buying. And so buy some good cigars, sure. Buy them, enjoy them, have a good time. But what I realize, what has kept me in good health is not buying so much. And so I've scaled back on how much cigars I'm buying, how much whiskey and cognac I'm buying. And so even just my purchasing patterns changes my health. And so as we talk about physical health and mental health, there's also our financial health. And all these things just coincide as I started spending differently and I changed my patterns, my routines. All of a sudden I've got more money. All of a sudden the pounds start coming off. And all of a sudden I just start feeling better about myself. And when I smoke a cigar or have a drink, then the moment is just so much better. I can actually taste things a little bit better. And because I'm not buying every single cigar that comes out, some of you may wonder, how come I have these nice cigars, these Cubans, these Opus X? Well, because I'm not wasting a lot of money buying every new product. And so instead of buying boxes and boxes, I can just buy that one box of Opus X. And so I'm not constantly buying. And so what I do buy is of the utmost quality. And then I savor the moments when I actually do engage. So that's why on a night like tonight, I'm smoking a good cigar, drinking me with some might think it's some super fancy bottle, but this is, when I do drink, I'm going to drink a Hennessy XO because this is something I'm going to do once or twice a week. And so I don't buy a whole ton, and that helps me to stay in better shape financially. And so I talked about patterns, a lifestyle, having an active lifestyle. So find a sport, find something that you like to do, and work out. Know that you gotta work out every day, especially as you get older. If you're in your 40s, the pounds are not gonna come off easily. Back in the days in my 20s, I could just work out for a month or two and drop a massive amount of weight. Now I realize I might drop a pound, maybe 2-3 pounds every month. But if you do it consistently, so you do it for about 6 months, 3 pounds, 3 pounds. After about 6 months, 5 months, and that's what I did. Going from 215 all the way back down to 185. And as a man, I used the term earlier, dad bod. When you walk into a room and you gotta just hold your stomach in, after a while, just doing that gets a little old. Just not having that full confidence. And so I said, let me do something about it. And so I got more active, started drinking less, changed up my routines. Also changed up, obviously, the way I eat. And so for breakfast, eat something, some eggs, go easy, go light. For lunch, you should not be going to any fast food place. There's nothing there for you. And so just going easy, a little salad, maybe a smoothie. And then another thing that I've done, and you can do this if you choose to, but I've cut out red meat. And so more fish, chickens and whatnot. Now, of course, if I'm gonna go out for a nice dinner, then yes, I'm gonna maybe cheat, but it's about the patterns, it's about the habits. And one of the things I noticed about food selection. I talk about fast food. There's nothing wrong with a burger, but here's what's wrong with the burger. The burger is gonna come with fries, and the fries is gonna come with a Coke, and the Coke's gonna come with a milkshake, and the milkshake's gonna come with an apple pie, and before you know it, you've got 2,000 calories. But if you just started off with maybe a Caesar salad, you don't have fries with your salad. There's no Coke with your salad. And so it's all about these patterns, these habits. And so the choices that you make is what's going to impact you in the long run. And so that's one of the things I decided to do. Cutting out meat. There's nothing wrong with meat, nothing wrong with steak or lamb, goat, etc. But I realized that it was a slippery slope for me. And so the burger led to burger places. And before you know it, I'm pigging out. So I cut back on the red meat. And I talked about my coffee in the morning. A lot of the weight that we put on is from what we're drinking. And so if you're going to Starbucks or if you're drinking sodas and juices, that's a lot of sugar. And so it makes no sense to work out and to eat salads if you're gonna go and get you that Frappuccino that's probably 500 calories right there. So a lot of the calories we put on is liquid calories. So when I have my coffee, it's black. And so consider what you're drinking beyond the alcohol, the sodas, the juices, even if it's a lemonade, the sweet iced teas, all that stuff. I cut out all that stuff, just water. And maybe you're having cocktails. Maybe you're making old fashions all the time. Consider the sugar in that. Old fashioned is made with some simple syrup. And so if you're drinking whiskey and Coke and so consider the liquid diet, the liquid calories, the things that you're drinking. And so I had to cut out all that stuff. And as I did, so I switched more so to water. So it's all about choices. So you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to go on any crazy diet. Just start making some better choices and you'll do it slowly. 3 pounds a month, 2 pounds a month. That right there, in 6 months, you drop about 10 to 12 pounds. And now you're starting to feel a little bit better. And now you have better routines. So there's nothing special you gotta start doing. I don't go to a gym. I've never had a gym membership. I simply do some push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, go for a jog. Just keep it simple, but I make better choices. And so the last thing that I'll share as far as choices and habits, patterns. So we talked about being active, what you're eating, the liquids, the things you're drinking, the alcohol, the juices, sodas. Also, you gotta look at time. And so one of the things about drinking and the whiskeys and the cigar, you're usually gonna do this at nighttime. And the problem with that is if you're having drinks and cigars late at night, afterwards, you tend to wanna eat something. You wanna get that burger, that slice of pizza, but it's 10 o'clock at night. And that's where a lot of the weight comes from. You're drinking late at night, and then you eat late at night. And then you go to bed. And all that weight is just sitting on your stomach. And so what I had to do, I had to realize that, look, after I've worked out, after I've showered, that's it. If you're not gonna be doing any strenuous activity, there's no need to keep eating. And so after a certain time, it's time to just stop. You gotta think about your body. It's just like fuel. You don't need fuel if the car is parked. And so I also had to look at the times that I was eating. And a lot of it is just patterns, things you're used to doing. Having that late night snack, having that little sandwich before bed. You start realizing that you're not even hungry, but it's just a pattern, it's a habit. It's something that you're just so used to doing. And so what I had to do is just change my patterns. So even if it means I'm gonna smoke earlier, so be it. But I had to look at the times that I was eating. And so what we shared with you is just what we've done. I am no physical fitness expert, just a guy, works hard, used to be an athlete in high school, was a Marine. And so I'm happy about my transformation. And I still want to drop another 5 or 10 pounds, but I'm doing it slowly. No drastic change, just activity, moderation. Drink, I smoke, just take it easy, enjoy it. You will enjoy it more when you do it more so in moderation. And understand that as you drink, as you smoke, understand the things that's associated with that. The diet that comes with that, the cravings, the urges. They say when you smoke a cigar, you ought to eat some chocolate. It's all these things we're told. But the chocolate might not be the best thing for you, especially if you're smoking late at night and now you're taking in more sugar. And so we gotta start considering this stuff. We gotta take care of our bodies. If we're gonna rise and grind, then we gotta make sure that our bodies are good. And trust me, you're gonna enjoy your cigars more. You're gonna enjoy your cognac or your whiskeys a little bit more when you start doing it a little bit less. And that's what I've noticed. When I do smoke a cigar, taste buds are tantalized, as opposed to if I'm smoking every day, and after a while, things get a little dull. And so, activity, routine, patterns, what you eat, nothing crazy, just scale back on some things, understanding that there's that slippery slope. Meat leads to fries, leads to sodas, and time. And so we just wanted to share with you, I'm celebrating on tonight. Things are going really good. I'm feeling better. When you get back into shape, you stand a little bit taller. You just feel a little bit better about yourself. When jeans start to fit again, and you go from that 3rd loop to the 4th loop, you just start to feel a little bit better. And so you don't have to do anything drastic, but just take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your finances. It all matters. And this is gonna help you to rise. This will help you to grind. So this is what we do on this channel. Simply here to help you. And so let us know if you've been on a journey of physical fitness, mental health. Let us know what you have done. That's what this channel is for. We drink, smoke, we enjoy the good life, but we're gonna do this for a long time. I'm 45 years old, and I'm gonna be doing this for another 45 years. Why? Because I've set up the right patterns today. And so like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, rise and grind.